Hey everybody, Michael Batiste from the Elk Calling Academy. We're hanging out at the 2018 Western Hunt Expo in Salt Lake, and we have made our way over to Rocky Mountain Hunting Calls and Supplies, where we are hanging out with Rockie Jacobson. So
you are hanging out with
I
me.
am
Okay.
hanging out, I know. So, all right, so Rockie, 2017, I don't think a lot of people realize that you guys signed an agreement with Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation to be their official call company.
You know, I'm not going to say it's an official call company, but we partnered up with them.
Partnered up.
And yes, they promote our calls and sell them at the banquets, and we are licensed exclusively under them to have their license emblem on some of our products, not all of them, some of the choice ones. So they get the products from us, and they send them out to all their banquets, and they auction them off, and they make money. And
it's a great partner to have.
It is.
So now we're in 2018. How do you follow that up, and what do you have new for the market?
Well, we decided we had to come up with some new elk calls, which is getting tougher and tougher to do every year. But for some reason, it seems to happen. Sometimes it's just something minute, but sometimes that little minute change makes a big change.
Absolutely.
So we come up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new elk calls.
Perfect. Well, let's talk about them a little bit.
We got, first of all, the new Black Magic, and it's on the GTP frame. Stands for Golden Tone Plate.
Okay.
And the reason why it's so unique, it's a little wider on the inside of the frame.
Okay.
Not a lot of wider, but a little bit. And then the dome is shaped a little different, and it has a little different positioning on the plate. And then the way we attach the latex to the frame is a whole lot different.
Perfect.
And it just come out with really some good quality sounds. We made 2 of them. The first one's the Black Magic, and the other one is called the Reaper.
Okay.
I can't tell you which one's my favorite. Probably what I would have to say is this makes the best cow sounds. This makes the best bugles, although both of them do well on each one of them. But I think you can do a little better cow calling on the Black Magic than you can the Reaper.
I had a chance to play on them both yesterday, and I noticed that they were, really responsive, really easy to control. Would you say that you kind of design these calls kind of for that beginner to intermediate type, but yet advanced callers can still really enjoy these?
You know, we've run into that problem before, which one is for beginner, which one for professional, and beginners want professional, and professional don't want beginners.
But there's that learning curve.
There is a learning curve, and this is a call that is going to accommodate both. It doesn't matter if a beginner buys it or a professional buys it. They're going to get the good quality sounds out of it that they're looking for.
Perfect.
The other thing I want to bring up is it is put inside the frame with natural colored latex, and there are different thicknesses in these latexes, and then they're stretched a little different, and that's why we get some different sound qualities out of them.
Perfect.
And then the other product we got to go along with it is called the new Whoppity Whacker. And
the whacker.
Sometimes.
How did I know the whacker was coming? So.
Sometimes it's made for elk, but sometimes it's made
to keep me in line.
Your hunting partner.
Yeah.
But what's unique about it, we have a rubber boot that goes around the end of it, and that rubber boot will help it so when you hit limbs, walking through the woods, it won't ping.
Won't have the ping, quiet it down.
But more importantly, it has the quality sounds that go into that. When you come off the top notes into your bass sounds, that rubber will help amplify the bass sounds a lot better.
Nice.
And then on this end, if you look inside,
you see
that spring in there?
Got the BET technology included.
The BET technology is volume enhanced tone technology. And where I got the idea from was kids' karaoke microphones.
Yep.
They didn't have a battery, and you talk into them and it reverberates the sound out.
Right.
I tore one apart one time, and there's a spring inside there. I got the idea to put a spring inside the mouthpiece, and it works really good. We got a patent on it now, on the spring.
Nice.
And it helps intensify the high notes, so you're getting those good, solid screaming notes out in the woods that reverberate through the woods that the elk like to hear. And also on your growls and your chuckles, it helps stabilize and make them growl a lot easier. When you change your octave notes, it also makes an octave change a lot easier to go into too. And then, a lot of people when they're blowing calls, it comes with a small opening there. Some people like that small opening, but there's a lot of people like a bigger opening.
Yeah.
So we've developed a ring that snaps on to that blue mouthpiece, so you can make up your own mind which size opening you want to have.
So now instead of them deciding whether they want the flared end like on the extreme bully bull or the small end on some of the others, they have that option that they can kind of play with this and really find what they like and fits them the best.
Yeah, and for me it doesn't really matter. You know, I can blow either way, it works good, but it feels very comfortable, that bigger, larger ring.
Yeah.
It fits up there really comfortable. It does make a difference in sound quality. When you go smaller to bigger, there's a difference. Not a lot, but there is a little difference in your back pressure too.
Right.
So, pretty unique call. The size of the opening up here we made different than any other tube, so it amplifies differently when it comes out of your mouth. With the combination of all this together, it's really been a great tube. We handed out, I think it was 24 tubes last year in August to the pro staff guys, and they killed 21 bulls.
Nice.
With the Whoppy Whacker, the Black Magic, and the Reaper.
Now, all your tubes over the years have had really good back pressure, which is, really helping callers control their sounds and this and that. Same thing with this one, still have that great back pressure that your tubes are known for?
Yeah, so the back pressure is very important in all of our tubes, and that's one thing that I try to design into all the tubes is a good quality back pressure, so you can control your reed and your diaphragm a lot better in your mouth.
Perfect.
Yeah, perfect. But the other great little call we come up with is what we call the Voodoo.
Okay.
It's made with an acrylic barrel. Acrylic has always been known for the good quality sounds. A little more expensive to have done, but you're going to get a lot better quality sounds out of acrylic than you do even wood or plastic.
Because the acrylic it's not affected by temperatures like the wood or plastic would be. So it doesn't matter if you're early season with this or into a late season rifle hunt, because of the acrylic, that tone's going to pretty much remain the same throughout all that.
Yeah, your wood and stuff really, wood will shrink or it'll expand. Mm-hmm. Plastic stays the same and it's a plastic sound.
Right.
Acrylics doesn't change at all. It comes out good quality sound, whether it's hot, cold, rainy, whatever, freezing. The other unique thing about the call is on the soundboard, you see those holes?
Yep.
Those holes are not drilled, but they're molded in there.
Okay.
To where they go all the way through one side of the soundboard and come out the other. And it has 3 different features why we did that. The first one is it is a place for your saliva to escape and blow out and keep it a little drier so the reed hasn't got a tendency to stick. We really haven't had that problem with them sticking, but they could, because that's just moisture and plastic on plastic is what happens sometimes. But we've never had this ever really stick. And then the reed itself has a tapered fit to it instead of the regular straight with the round edges. And the taper gives you different sound as you slide down a little bit. From the end of this reed down a little bit, the notes will change easier. And the third thing it does, it creates, with those portholes on there, it creates more nasal sound from the beginning of the high note to the end of the low note. Where most calls, even our calls, will hit a high note with no nasal into nasal.
Right.
And elk have a nasal sound all the time. Yep. We'll just try it, see what it sounds like, huh? Another thing too, a lot of these open reed calls, if you go down too far, it becomes goosey sounding.
Right.
Those portholes there will eliminate that goosey sound.
So you can get all the way up.
Just gets a lower note instead of that honking like a goose sound.
Right.
Eliminated that.
Sounds great.
Very unique call. I'm sure that the elk are going to love it.
Perfect.
That's the main test.
All right, guys, there you have it. There's the new lineup from Rocky Mountain Hunting Calls and Supplies for 2018. Down below, we'll put a couple of links to their Facebook page and to their website. Be sure to go over, check them out. We will hopefully, as soon as we can, get some reviews up on these calls, and who knows, we might even have some giveaways coming. So, all right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Stay with us. We've got a lot more coming from the Western Hunting Conservation Expo here in Salt Lake. We'll see you guys at the next one.
Thanks, Rob.